guys, it's Chris here from Chris's Creative Life, and I design workshops that help you create beautiful layouts from start to finish with easy to follow guides. So let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so let's take down my banner. Okay, I'm just going to share this over into my classroom and we'll get started. So I'm going to create a second fancy fold card today using the products from the Flower Shop VIP special, but you could totally swap them out for other products if you prefer. There is also a downloadable sheet for this one. So if you comment sheet on this video, I'll come back after and I'll drop in the link for this sheet. I taught this a few times in the spring because it was part of a extravaganza event, and I thought, oh, this will make a cute card with this. So we're going to do some fun things with it. I've cut up the papers already to make it a little bit faster of a process. So just give me 1 second here. Whoa, I don't know what that was. I got some sort of crazy message there for a second. But, okay, so let's get going. So I pre-cut up my pieces, like I said, and now let me see so I can see my camera. And I'm going to shoot you down onto my desk here. Yeah, it went this time. I had the cameras backwards earlier this week. Hey, Lee. And it's so funny because they flip so fast once you actually start them and get going. And I realized I was going backwards. Okay, so for whoever hasn't seen, this is the Flower Shop card box, which is one of the current VIP specials this month. If you haven't seen it, I created layouts with the products. Also, you can check that out on my blog at chrisscreativelife.com. But so in here, there are cards. They're super pretty, sturdy cards. There's dividers, you get an ink, there's envelopes, and you get a block. But we're gonna cut this one up. So I'll show you really quickly what I did earlier this week. I created this one because you guys know I love that new thin cut with the flowers, and this is the same kind of concept. It is a Z fold card and it opens up like this. But today, like I said, we're going to recreate an oldie but goodie. It is a gift card holder and it functions like this. So this is one of the ones I've taught before. On the back you can add your message, and then you open it up like this and you get this super cute pullout where you can add your gift card and another message to whoever you're giving it to. But we're going to take the products, like I said, from the Flower Shop card box. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of words all at once. And we're going to create a different kind of version. I had to grab really quickly a gift card holder before we started. But so this is the way this one works. It's super easy, but it's so fun. And I try and switch things up just so that you can see things maybe in a different light. And we're going to create this one a little bit differently than like this one that features the party time. So I took one of the decorative cards. Let me move my butterfly here. I thought that would be cute on this because it's all flower themed. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I did here. So I took a card. Let me just find one that has like the flower image on the front here. So you can see I'm keeping all my little pieces in here so I can use them on other projects. Okay, so this would be an example as to like what I did with this card. So I cut it in half, right? So I'm going to use this back piece as the foundation for my gift card holder, okay? And then it had this pretty floral image on this part. So I cut this down, and this is the same size as a PML card. So you could switch this out for a PML card, no problem. It's 3x4, right? That smaller size PML. And we all have PML cards lying around, okay? And then I have a decorative piece that I'm going to attach my Z fold on just to add a pretty little border to the Z fold card. And let me just put these back in here. Or you guys, if you saw like more details behind me, it's like crazy town going on there. I've got so many projects that are on the go, and I started the Remember Today scrapbooking workshop that'll coordinate, like that uses the products from the calendar. So that's now 13 double page spreads. So I've got a lot going on in my office behind me. So because this card back that I used is just white on the back side, I wanted to make it a little more jazzy. So I'm going to add a piece of Harbor to the back, and then I'm going to add a liner to write my message on. So we'll do that first, and then we'll build the front of the card, okay? So I love the new Harbor. I will be using this one a lot. I have already ordered more once. So it's going to have to replace my Bluebell for me. So then I have a white liner, and then I do have here somewhere, I cut a little because there was extra strip from the card. Just one second, it's here somewhere. I'll add this first and then we'll find it. I might have just thrown it back in the box when I picked up those card fronts. So this liner, I just made it like the 1/4 of an inch smaller, so I get that nice pretty little border. Okay, I must have thrown it back in here. Let's just see. See, I was trying to be all organized. I was getting ahead of myself here, obviously. It's just a little strip. So, because I had extra from that card front. Okay, I didn't do that. It's on my desk here somewhere. I want to talk about that. Okay, you guys, it's really not that big a space. Okay, here's the Z fold piece. Okay, well, we might have to just cut another one. Honest to goodness, I don't know where it went. I thought it was here. Okay, well, maybe we will cut. I'll find it, of course, as soon as I finish. Lee's on her 3rd pack of Harbor already. Okay, if I find it before the end of the video, we're going to attach it to the back here. I just have a thin piece of this that was left over, obviously, because this is much smaller. So I was going to add it to the back of the card to bring that detail into the back. But I don't see where it went. Like I said, I'll find it when I'm finished. But maybe we'll do something else. Okay, so anyway, let's not get distracted by that. So I have this piece that's 3x4. This is the same as obviously the standard A2 size card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I have my little Z feature here. So I'm going to attach this to the front of my card. We're going to add a message and a gift card holder. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to add this. Now, this is a little bit thicker, so I think I'm going to actually add it with the red line tape. So this is new for us. It's a little bit stronger adhesive. It came out in this new annual idea book. And just because these cards are a little bit thicker, I thought instead of it coming off, we'll just make sure it's on there really well. Okay, and then got my piercing tool and my tweezers. So the measurements for this are on the sheet, but it's 4 1/4 by 9 3/4, and you score it at 3 1/4 and 6 1/2. So here we go. And we'll just, everything's starting to dry out. So, okay. So you can see that this vine here is, I'm just actually, I think I can zoom you down a little bit probably. If it's too close, you guys let me know. But you can see here, this vine is directional, right? So when I add this piece, because it's going to be sitting on the top, I want to make sure that my vines are going in the same direction. Right, so here we go. Okay, so this little Z fold piece, I use papaya. Okay, so that's how it's going to go. But then I wanted a little bit of a difference, to like another layer there. So I just got a piece of peach, and this piece is, I believe, it is 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. Okay, so I'm going to add this to my card front. Also, because the Z fold piece that is getting attached is going to attach to this piece, I'm going to use some stronger adhesive. Because you have to remember, right, the card is going to be going back and forth when they open it up. So I just want to make sure that it's not going to come off if somebody yanks on it. Okay, so I'm just going to center this. Okay, now before I add my Z fold to the front, I want to add some twine to hold it down. So you guys know I love twine, so I have lots of twine. So I grabbed some mink twine. You could use ribbon also, that would be super pretty to tie it onto the front. So I'm just going to take a long length because I want my twine doubled. Okay, so I know it needs to come around the front and tie up. So that's probably good right there. So it's just got like the little kinks in it, so I want to get rid of that first. So I'm just going to run my bone folder, pull it along my bone folder. Just be careful, don't do it too quick or you will give yourself rope burn. So I'm just pushing my finger down on it and pulling it through like that. Okay, so now I'm going to lay this down here, right? So, because I want it in the middle, you could put it towards the bottom. It doesn't really matter for this one. Maybe I'll do it about down here. Okay, so I'm going to add 3D foam below it and above it. But we'll finish putting this together first. Okay, so what I wanted to do for the inside of this one is I do want a little slot for my gift card. So this is a piece from the Mix-Ins paper. So I'm just going to add adhesive around the 3 edges so that I can tuck my gift card holder in there. So I can also do this with this red line tape while it's sitting here. right? So just remember, you don't want to put it on the top, or then you have nowhere to put your gift card holder. So I'm just going to do it across the bottom and the two sides, just creating like a little pocket. And you can do this, add this to the middle or the bottom. It totally doesn't matter. But because it'll all get tied up, your gift card's not going to go anywhere once it's inside there. Right? So there we go. I still need that one more time. So I'm just pushing the red line tape down there a little bit. I think it's just called red tape actually. But like I said, it's in the new annual idea book. Okay, so I think I'm going to put it at the bottom, and I'm going to put my message in the middle, and I'll show you why in 1 second, because then when I open it up, I can still write my message, even though I don't have my message ready to go right this second. Oh, here we go. So this gift card totally doesn't match, but that's okay. We're just going to now slide that in there. And you can see, because this is going to close up, right? It's nice and secure in there. It's not going anywhere. And then I'm just going to add the sentiment here. Okay, so a few things I want to talk about here. So I grabbed the new Sending Hugs Thin Cut, and I ran it through with the gold foil paper, because the gold and silver foil paper are so awesome for thin cutting. They cut so nicely. Just need to pop the E out there. I was so afraid to lose my dot from my eye though before I started. Okay, but so you can see this is quite a delicate thin cut, right? You can see it here. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to have to add glue to this whole thing and then have it seep out or whatever. So I remembered this time, because I tell you guys all the time, oh, I should have grabbed an adhesive sheet. So these are the new adhesive sheets from Close to My Heart, and they're 12 by 12. They're huge. So when I wanted to use it on this piece for die cutting, I cut it the size of my die cut. I added it to the back of my gold foil paper, right? So this is 2.5 by 4 that I cut it. Sorry, I'm moving too quickly for the camera. So you cut it to the size you need, and then you peel off the back. I'm just going to try and see if I can do that with the lights in my eyes. So it's got like a waxy back on it. Okay. So once you've cut your piece, so this has the stick on it, and it's got a waxy back on this side and then a waxy back on this side, right? So I've cut my piece that I wanted to roll through the machine, and then you just stick it down. So we're just going to pretend like I have more to thin cut, but I will actually use this because it's awesome. Okay, so I've taken it off, so now it's sticky, and I'm just going to add it to the back. Actually, maybe I'll do it here, because I still have stick on this part too. So now I'll just push it down a little bit just to make sure it doesn't come off. So now once I crank it through the machine with my thin cut on it, it will be sticky. So I'm going to show you. It's got, now I just punched it out. Obviously you can see right where it came from. It's got that backing on it. So I just need to now take that off, and we'll stick it right down. So I just cut a piece of white daisy that was the same size as the PML card, or 3 by 4, right? So see how, like, look how tiny that is, but it works perfectly, right? And like I said, I didn't want to lose my eye because there's even adhesive on that eye. So I'm just being gentle. And I do have a little butterfly that I cut out previously with Cricut. So I'm going to add that. I'm just trying to decide. I think I'm going to add it down there actually. So I'm just going to center this. And like it's even sticky on my finger, right? So you know it's going to stay down. So then I just have to take the backing off the dot. Oh, you guys, where did that just go? Oh, it's on my finger. Okay, so same thing. This is the tiniest little dot, but now it has adhesive on it. So, and it's so pretty in real life. So I'm going to add this now on here before I add my butterfly. So I'm just going to add some adhesive. Just like that. There's the backing from that eye. So there we go. Okay, that's that. I still have more sheet. So I'll put that back in my package. But like I said, I wanted to remember this time to show you guys. So I'm just gonna, I think, add my butterfly right here. Just add some glue on here. And then my top layer. So again, I'm just reusing the same colors to kind of bring everything together, right? So I have peach here. This is the dark side of peach. And then I cut the top overlay for the butterfly with Harbor. So I'm just going to add some glue just to the middle there and glue this down. Okay, so now we have this piece ready to go. So now all we have to do is add our thin 3D foam tape and our twine, and we'll be ready to go. So I still actually have not found the little strip for the back, but maybe we'll do something here. I'm going to stamp a sentiment, and maybe what we'll do is we will use a little piece of this gold foil paper to decorate there, right? Because I do have adhesive on the back now. So let's do that. So I know that this piece is 5 1/4. So I'm just going to do something super skinny. So just like 1/4 inch. Okay, and then my adhesive is on this side. So, like I said, I'm going to use all the scraps that I have adhesive on already, right? So next time if I have something small that I want to cut with a thin cut, I can just run that piece back through my die cutting machine. It it seemed to have gone a little bit crooked. So I'm just going to, I bet the piece was crooked before. So I'm just going to cut it from the other side. Okay. So I figured this time we'll make it straight before we start. Okay, so I'm just doing 1/4 of an inch. And like I said, I still have adhesive on here. So now I'm just going to cut that to 5 1/4. Okay, there we go. How's that for working on the fly? And I'll grab my ink. And we will do, how about, so inside it says sending hugs. How about we say, thinking of you. So I'm just going to ink this up. I have not used this one. I have to be careful because I wiped all my glue right there. So I don't want to get the glue on my hand. All right, it's already on my hand. I don't want to get the glue on my stamp. Okay, so I'm just going to test it first before we stamp it over here. There we go. Okay. So now I think I'm going to add it at the top in the middle. So I just have that little piece of foam underneath there. There we go. Okay. And then I have the little strip now of gold that we cut. Okay, so again, I'm just peeling the back off, right? Because I have added adhesive to it already in the form of the adhesive sheet. That's just where my connection was right there. There we go. And then I'm just going to add this on the bottom. Okay. So same thing. Now remember, I have to make sure that my vine is going the right direction. So I'm going to add my thin 3D foam tape. You can add thick too, it doesn't really matter. But so I'm just flipping this over so I know approximately where I want it on here. I knew I had grabbed it. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to add right across the bottom. And then I can add thick across the top. There we go. So I'm just pushing it down. I'm going to pull off the backing. And now I can just lay it down on top of the twine, right? Because I've got a channel for the twine right there. So look how pretty that is. And then I can just adjust my twine how I want it and tie it up. I'm going to add a few little gold glitter gems and we'll be done. Okay. So I just have gold glitter gems, and I'm just going to add a few to the front. Just add a little sparkle. And I'm just trying to stay away from my twine, right? So that if I open and close it back up again, I'm not going to pull those off by accident. So there we go. And I'll show you again when we open it up. There we go, is our pretty message with our butterfly, our gift card holder. And you might want to pull this in and out a few times. It kind of just makes it all settle there. And then when you flip it over, you have the message that says, thinking of you. And there's a lot of room for you to be able to write what you actually would like to write. And then this does fit into a normal envelope. So you can just give it like that. So it just makes it a little bit more special than just handing somebody, right, a regular old gift card in one of those little envelopes that it comes with. You know, those slide in, slide out pockets. This just makes it a little prettier. I knew I shouldn't have untied it once I got it tied up, because it's always fun to try and tie something in a bow on camera. Okay. There we go. There we go. And I'll show you, I have that, because I have that box right here. That, and it's got envelopes in it. You could also, if you wanted, add one of these onto the front here with another stamped message right underneath the twine. That would be nice too. So you can see here, this will fit right back inside the envelope to give as a gift. So there you go. That's what I've got for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed so far Flower Shop Week. I was going to go for the whole name and decided not to. Flower Shop Card Box. So there you go. That's what I've got for you guys today. And I already know what we're going to do next week for some fun. So I will take pictures, and these will come up over the course probably of the weekend. And then I'm going to do a Flower Shop Week blog post. It might be late. It might be Monday. But I'll take photos of both these things and kind of recap what I did. Oh, thank you very much, Rita. They are really cute. So it's just, like I said, I just wanted to kind of show you that just because that's the way something comes, you don't have to use it that way. You're very welcome, Lee. And it doesn't have to also be like crazy, right? So this one is obviously more decorative and got more stuff on it. And this one is just a few simple cuts, right? And then you're done. So that's what I've got for you guys today. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.